Hi, Colleen here from Revive Ear Seeds and Acupuncture. I want to give you a little bit of extra info for your weight loss support kit. Um, if you haven't purchased one yet from me at an event, you can purchase them on my website, www.nyrevive.com. So, if you have your kit already, you have everything you need to seed your own ears for weight loss support. And people ask me all the time, like, does this really work or how does it work? So, for weight loss support, the way that it works, these points are chosen because they will help to support your digestion, curb your cravings, decrease your stress levels, and help with hormonal balance. Because all of those are reasons why people struggle with their weight and struggle to maintain their weight. So, what you can expect as far as results with using this kit is that you will lose more weight than you would without using seeds. Studies, multiple studies have shown compared to control groups, um, people using ear seeds on these points that are on this protocol consistently lose more weight than people who are not using ear seeds at all. Now, that doesn't mean that all you have to do is use the seeds. Like, these studies are still people using them with regular weight loss methods like watching what you're eating and increasing your exercise. So make sure you're doing that end of things as well. Because, like I mentioned, what these points are going to do for you, they are going to help curb your cravings, help control your appetite, reduce your stress, balance your hormones, and support your digestion. So that's how they're going to work. Now, something I wanted to mention about the protocol, you can do all of the seeds on the protocol. That's fine. That's great. In the studies that I mentioned, the people that were doing all of the points lost the most weight compared to people who were only doing like none of the points or just one of the points. So, but I personally have a hard time on my own ears seating the mouth point because of its location. I don't know, it's just hard to get for me. So I did want to mention that to you if you are struggling with getting that point or any of the points on this protocol or any protocol. Something you can do is if you have a friend or family member available, ask them to do it for you. It's always easier. Like, you can learn to seed your own ears, of course. I do mine all the time and I teach people to do theirs. But it is easier to seed someone else's. And if you are just starting out and just learning, that might be a bit easier for you. But in particular, that mouth point, I personally, for myself, just skip that one. But you can skip it or you can have someone else do it for you. I did put on the protocol though, even though it's a little tricky to get, just because I wanted you to have that information. Now, the mouth point is good for cravings and like binge eating type stuff, but also that appetite control point that is on that protocol is another great point for those same things. So I personally just use sub appetite control point for mouth point. And one of the studies that I read actually showed that they had three groups in this study, and one used only the appetite control point. And compared to the people not using the ear seeds, appetite control group still lost weight. So that tells me it's still effective, even if you were doing like no other points. So, and that's an easy one to do on yourself. Now, I also wanted to mention some bonus information, like other things that these points are good for. So, you have that mouth point, like I mentioned, not only good for weight loss in this weight loss protocol, but we see that point also in our stop smoking protocol. So if that's an issue for you too, you might want to use the mouth point for sure because it will help you with that as well. The small intestine point is the best point for bloating. So if bloating is an issue for you, small intestine point is you definitely want to include that. That's good for other things as well. In the digestive concerns such as like diverticulitis, that would be a great point for that. And then Shenman, which you'll see in this protocol and in most of the protocols, that is the best point for emotional eating. That point is good for stress, for pain relief, pain anywhere in the body. It's good for insomnia. So that has a bunch of different functions. So I highly recommend doing Shenmen um, as part of this protocol, or just if you have really anything going on, anything pain or stress related, which is like most things. Excuse me. This is the point I do when I do my pop ups. I do this point for free because no matter who you are, what you have going on, almost everybody has either stress or pain or both of those things. So this point is applicable to pretty much anybody. So Shenmen, always. Then we have our endocrine point. And I want to point out that that's on the protocol. You can see it's the open circle, it's a hidden point. I have another video about hidden points and what that is. So, but just to briefly recap, it means it's like when you're looking right at the ear, it's not visible on this side, it's just on the inside wall there. So it's going to be something you're not really going to see if you're looking straight on at the ear. Now, that endocrine point, that one is the best to balance hormones. So, in addition to like supporting weight loss by balancing hormones, like kind of anything that's going on that's hormonal, the endocrine point would be a good point to do. And then we have, like I mentioned, our appetite control point. That point, I think, out of this whole protocol is the easiest to do on yourself. And just like the name suggests, it helps to control our appetite, it helps to curb cravings. And, so that was like super important for this weight loss protocol. Now, I recommend when you're doing this protocol, your kit should have at least enough seeds for you to get 4 weeks of treatment out of at home. And that's 4 weeks if you are wearing your seeds, you're doing 4 treatments on yourself. So I suggest wearing your seeds 5 days on, 2 days off, put them back on, 5 days on, 2 days off. Keep repeating that till you get through minimum of 4 weeks, because that's typically what, when studies are done with ear seeds, they're usually done for about that amount of time, between like 4 and 12 weeks. So that's kind of where we're seeing these results. So minimum of 4 weeks, definitely you could go longer for sure, not a problem. So 5 days on, 2 days off. That is what I recommend to get you the best results for weight loss support. So I would love to know how you're doing, how they work out for you. So please reach out to me and let me know. And if you have any other questions, let me know. That's it for today. Bye.